Yes, I use the term gospel music and Christian music, and sometimes contemporary Christian music. Um, and I use them for different reasons. When I think about gospel music, I think about that vibrant art form that is a part of the Black sacred tradition that's connected to the spirituals that really developed in Chicago in the late 1920s and the early 1930s, and that grew in the 1940s and 50s. And we related to Thomas Dorsey and Mahalia Jackson and, Sam Cooke and the great quartets. And so this book is about the evolution of that music from, the James Clevelands and the Commissions and the Winans. When I say contemporary Christian music or Christian music, I'm thinking about that predominantly white genre of religious music that really, emerged as a field in the 1960s and the 1970s, and that was sort of connected to the Jesus movement. And so I'm thinking about people like Keith Green and people like Sandy Patty and Amy Grant and Michael W. Smith. But of course, a person like Andre Crouch makes this very complicated, because while he is central to gospel music history, he's also central. He's a key architect of the contemporary Christian music sound. And so I use those terms to sort of delineate which, sort of aesthetic and artistic forms that I'm talking about. And of course, there are people in this book that navigate sort of both spaces. And that includes people like Andre Crouch, BB and CeCe Winans, for example. I think Contemporary Christian Music magazine once had like the 10 greatest Christian albums of all time. And I think BB and CeCe were they had the highest ranked album, I think, with Heaven. Whereas Kirk Franklin was like in the late 20s or something. So, so that's what when I talk about those terms, that's what I'm talking about. And of course, that's been a theme in recent years about those divisions in terms of gospel and contemporary Christian music. So that's what I mean.